Planes grounded, sirens silenced. 13 million students step into the arena, and most will leave broken. That's not a metaphor. Every June in China, the Gaokao exam swallows the lives of an entire generation. One test, 2 days. Futures decided in silence so deep that even aircraft are forced out of the skies. Wrong if you think this is just school stress. This is survival. Imagine sitting at your desk, pen in hand, knowing that if you fail, you don't just disappoint yourself, you drag down your family, your parents' sacrifices, your entire bloodline. Pressure so heavy that it bends cities, economies, and childhoods. And here is the part you don't want to hear. This collapse is not just happening there. It's happening inside you. Different setting, same system. You feel exhausted, unable to focus, waking up already drained. You think it's personal weakness. It's not. It's the same burnout blueprint replicated worldwide. Ask yourself, why would societies design systems that crush the very people they depend on for the future? Why would parents applaud their children while slowly watching them decay? And more urgently, why are you applauding yourself for the same exhaustion? Here is the loop. What is unfolding in Asia isn't to foreign it as a mirror of the global epidemic of burnout that eats through memory, creativity, and identity. You are living the same script. Endless hustle, endless guilt, endless collapse. Visualize this. A 17-year-old in Seoul, trembling before the Sunyong exam. Outside, traffic is stopped. Police silence sirens, even airplanes wait mid-runway. One teenager's pen scratches paper while an entire nation holds its breath. Now pause what happens inside your brain when you believe failure means not only shame, but erasure. And here's the crack in the mirror. Your finals week, your deadlines, your endless late nights, they are smaller shadows of the same storm. Cortisol doesn't care if you're in Beijing or Boston. Burnout has one language, and right now, your brain is speaking it fluently. But why does it matter? Why should you care about exams on the other side of the world? In 60 seconds, I'll tell you. And when you hear the answer, you'll realize the burnout devouring students there is the same one silently consuming you. Stress is not the enemy. Stress is a spark. Burnout is the wildfire that spreads silently, devouring the mind until nothing is left but ashes. In China's Gaokao, 13 million students enter the flames, but only a fraction will escape with what society calls a future. Imagine entire nations compressing hope into a 2-day inferno where silence is law and failure feels like death. Wrong if you think this is just their problem. Your brain, my brain, every human brain responds the same way. Cortisol surges. The hippocampus, the memory center, shrinks. The prefrontal cortex, your command center for focus and decision-making, shuts down. This is not drama. This is biology. And when you push through endless nights of study or work, your brain burns in the same fire. Visualize Seoul at midnight. Neon signs flicker from Hagwon Scram schools that keep teenagers drilling formulas until their eyes blur. Parents spend entire salaries on this ritual. Students trade their health for survival. The result? 40% of Korean teens sleep less than 5 hours a night. Suicide has become the leading cause of death among young people there. These aren't statistics buried in academic journals. These are obituaries disguised as tradition. Now ask yourself, how different are you really? You stay awake scrolling spreadsheets or textbooks until 2 a.m. You punish yourself for not doing more. You wear exhaustion as proof of worth. The labels change: hustle, grind, or dedication, but the poison is identical. And here's the cruel twist. Society applauds you for it, just like those students are celebrated for their sacrifice, right up until they collapse. No escape? Not exactly. But before we talk about breaking free, you need to see the machinery behind the curtain. Because none of this is accidental. The pressure in Asia, the burnout in the West, the constant grind, it's not a byproduct. It's the product. Burnout makes brains obedient, tired enough to stop questioning, compliant enough to keep consuming. And here's the loop. If this exhaustion is engineered, then who engineered it and how are they profiting from your collapse? Stay with me, because in the next minutes I'll show you how the system wins when you lose, and why the burnout devouring you is not a bug in the system. It is the system. Look closer. Exhaustion is not chaos. Exhaustion is currency. In Asia, entire economies thrive on the backs of students who believe they are never enough. Hagwons in Korea, jukus in Japan, tutoring empires in India, multi-billion-dollar industries built on a single lie. That collapse is the price of success. Do you see it now? Pressure is not a side effect. Pressure is the product. Picture it. A narrow alley in Seoul glowing with neon signs, each one promising excellence. Inside, rows of teenagers hunched over desks, their bodies shaking with fatigue. Their parents outside calculating how many more hours of overtime they must work to pay for the next month. This is not education. This is extraction. Now pause. Different country, different name, but aren't you in the same cycle? Overworking for promotions that buy you nothing but another round of exhaustion, trading your weekends for the illusion of security. Different packaging, same poison. And here's the part you resist hearing. You volunteered for it. You applauded your own burnout because the system told you exhaustion equals worth. Wrong. Burnout equals obedience, and the system knows it. Sleep-deprived brains don't argue. Anxious minds don't rebel. People drowning in guilt and comparison keep buying, keep working, keep obeying. That's not weakness, it's design. So ask yourself, who benefits from your fatigue? Who gains when you stagger into Monday already broken? Who profits when you're too tired to think critically, too drained to question the rules? The answer is everywhere. Schools that sell prestige, corporations that sell ambition, platforms that sell distraction. Burnout is their business model. And here's the cruelest truth. This cycle is self-feeding. The more exhausted you become, the easier it is to convince you that the only solution is more effort, more hours, more sacrifice, until your body collapses and your mind fractures. But wait, if exhaustion is engineered, can it be hacked? If burnout is the product, can you refuse to buy it? That's the loop. Because in the next block, I'll reveal the science hidden beneath the ashes, proof that your brain can rewire, and the exact steps to break free before it's too late. Burnout feels like weakness. It's not, it's biology. Your brain was never designed for endless acceleration. Students collapse in Asia, not because they lack discipline, but because no human system can survive under permanent pressure. And if you feel like you're breaking, it's not because you're fragile, it's because you're human. But here's the revelation. What destroys you can also be rewired. Science proves that recovery isn't luxury, it's survival strategy. 10 minutes of intentional rest resets cortisol. Deep sleep repairs memory circuits and restores focus. Rest is not wasted time. Rest is rebellion. Second, reclaim attention. Your brain was not built for infinite multitasking. Every tab open, every notification, every demand splits your focus until nothing is left. One task, one focus. That's how you reprogram dopamine. Students who endure the Gaokao or the Sunyung Don Ti win by doing more, they survive by going deeper. And the data proves it. Single tasking lowers stress response and boosts retention. Depth, not volume, is your weapon. Third, detach your worth from output. In China, they call it involution, the endless spiral of competing harder for less reward. In the West, we call it hustle culture. Same poison. But the paradox is brutal. Those who protect recovery, those who slow down strategically, those who dare to rest produce more in the long run. Exhaustion doesn't scale. Resilience does. Visualize it. You, standing in the middle of the fire, while everyone else runs faster into the flames. You don't follow, you pause, you breathe. And in that pause, your brain begins to heal. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's rebellion. So what now? You can keep applauding your exhaustion, wearing burnout as a badge until your body collapses. Or you can break the cycle. The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking. Check the description. I've left books that dive deeper into this silent war between exhaustion and resilience. And if you think burnout is the darkest truth I could show you, you're wrong. Because hidden beneath the ice, scientists found something that will shake your belief in what's real. Don't miss the next video. Dragon fossils, what science found hidden will move you. Some monsters never died. They were only waiting,